I-SABC News iyokwethulela i-channel entsha yendaba zamalimi wesintu ngo-2023.
African News Channel ka-DTT itakweshela mahungu hi ririmi ra wena.
Ngakho-ke zithole ngesiZulu,
ngesixhosa,
Limi la Setswana,
Afrikaans,
Xitsonga,
kaSepedi, kaSesotho,
ngaTshivenda,
ngeSiswati,
nesiNdebele.
Ndinafana ka SABC shimanga mutingati uitira ukadisela maphungo ngalwambo lwa damuni
amahora angama-24 nsuku zonke. Khumbula futhi ngolimi lwakho.
Umengameli wezwe uCyril Ramaphosa uthi abantu bakulelizwe kumele bahlalele ethembeni yize bake babhekana nenqinamba ngonyaka owedlule. Umengameli uthi uhulumeni usebenze ngamandla elwa nenkohlakalo kanti imali eningi eyebiwa isitholakele kanti nomnotho-ke uyasimama emva kokuguqa ngamadolo ngenxa yobhubhane lwesifo i-COVID-19.
Umongameli Ramaphosa uchaze unyaka ka-2022 njengonyaka obunzima. Ngenxa yokwenyuka kwamaxabiso ezinto, ingxaki zombane kunye neziganeko ezisube imiphefumlo yabantu.
These events have included floods, fatal vehicle accidents, deaths in taverns, dam wall collapses, drownings, fires in informal settlements, and most recently, the terrible explosion of a fuel tanker in Boksburg in Gauteng.
Nakuba kunjalo uthi unyaka omtsha lithuba lokuqala ngokutsha nezifungo ezintsha zokwenza izinto bhetele.
We must remain optimistic and have hope. For hope does and must remain eternal in our breasts. Much as we are going through a stormy phase in the life of our country, storms do eventually pass.
Unyaka ka-2022 ngoyena ubenentsuku ezininzi zikacimicimi wombane xa kuthelekiswa neminyaka edlulileyo. uRamaphosa uthi urhulumente usebenzela ukuba kubekho umbane owaneleyo.
We are working hard to end the crisis of load shedding. We're increasing the amount of renewable energy on the grid. The benefits of this work may not be immediately felt, but we should expect that these efforts will steadily reduce the need for load shedding until it is no longer necessary.
Ukwathulele umnqwazi abasebenzi.
We pay tribute to emergency workers, law enforcement officers, lifeguards, firefighters, nurses, doctors, and other healthcare workers. We pay tribute to our educators who have worked so hard to restore our classrooms and our lecture halls as places of learning, and to the learners themselves and students who have given their very best in our centers of learning.
Ukuqukumbela umongameli uthe urhulumente uza kuliqinisa idabi lokulwa intswela-ngqesho nentlupheko kwakunye nokuxhatshazwa kwabantu ngokwesini.
We can and will improve our economy and improve the lives of our people. Wherever you are at this time, I wish you a happy, prosperous and peaceful 2023.
Tinglulama Matya wendaba ze-SABC eKapa.
Njengoba kuqala unyaka omusha elakulelizwe lemukele izingane ezalwe osukwini lwanamuhla ezifundazweni ezihlukene.
Isifundazwe saseGauteng samukele izingane eziyisikhombisa ezizalwe esibhedlela iChris Hani Baragwanath eSoweto. Owengamele ezempilo kulesi sifundazwe uvakashele lesi sibhedlela.
What we did today is just to tell them what is expected of them as new mothers, because we can see some of them are very young babies that doesn't even know how to carry a child.
Kusenjalo eNorthwest kwemukelwe izingane ezingama-35. Ngokusho komnyango wezempilo lesi sifundazwe ingane yokuqala ngqa izalwe emva kwemizuzu eyisishagalolunye izwe lingenile onyakeni omusha. Kanti eMpumalanga khona kuzalwe izingane ezingama42. Owengamele ezempilo kulesifundazwe usaseKanimanzini uvakashele esibhedlela saseMapulaneng ukuyokwemukela izingane ezisanda kuzalwa.
Congratulate them and also want to urge them so that they take their children to the primary health care so that they get the vaccines, because currently you know that we've got an outbreak of measles, so want to request all the mothers to take their children for vaccine.
Umama oneminyaka engama23 ubudala obeqala nqa ukubeletha uthole ingane yomfana eNtathakusa.
Ngijabule kakhulu ukuthi ngikhonile ukudeliver umntwana lo special ngiye and noma bekungekho nzima cause labor is difficult ngalenye indlela njengoba nami bese ngiva buhlungu nje.
Kusenjalo esifundazweni iEastern Cape kwemukelwe izingane ezingama60. Umnyango wezempilo kulesifundazwe uthi usiqaphe ngeso lokhozi isibalo sentsha ekhulelwayo.
Yeah, we've got one teenager who got a child, so we are not spared as a province. The national phenomenon that we are seeing of teenage pregnancy, and we are saying we hope from these lessons, the hard labor that they go through, they can learn a lesson not to repeat.
Isifundazwe saKwaZulu-Natal isona esibe nesibalo esikhulu. Kuzalwe izingane ezingama86. Isiphathimandla zikhathazekile ngesibalo sokukhulelwa kwentsha njengoba umama obemncane kunabo bonke ubeneminyaka eyi15.
Teenage pregnancy is a problem that we have, and in as much as we appreciate and congratulate mothers who have children and grandchildren, but as a society we should continuously frown upon teenage pregnancy, and we should not encourage it.
Eyixuku zabantu begcwele amabhishi aseKapa namhlanje kwazise belibalele babalelwa kwabahlanu abantu abagwilize emabhishi aseKapa selokwaqala uzibandlela. Lokhu kwenzeka nje yize isikhungo iNational Sea Rescue Institute sexwayise laba abavakashela amabhishi ukuthi baqaphele.
Abathandi bolonwabo kwilwandle zaseKapa bebeyozipholisa phansi kwengqatsini yelanga ibikhupha inhlanzi emanzini. Sisithethe ke kwintsapho zalapha ukugcwala kwilwandle ngeli thuba enyakeni.
So now that I'm a first-time mom, I brought my little one along, which is almost 2 years, on the 18th of January. So she's now also part of that tradition and heritage.
The beach is really not what it is every year, like on a New Year's Day. There's not so much people, like always.
Bambi besuka emaphandleni bezokonwaba.
Apha size nefamily zethu nze notata wakwami nomntana wakwami. Every year xa sizapha siza sonke endlini, siphuma sonke endlini.
Sikunze lapha nokubanda. Kumandi namhlanje sizoqhawulela unyaka. Ene futhi ndiyaqala uza kule ndawo. Sizoqhawulela unyaka kule ndawo. Kumandi namhlanje. Size si-trip yaseSerese. Sizoqhawulela unyaka apha.
Thule Joka kwindaba ze-SABC eKapa.
Kuzolezi indaba emva kwekhefu. Ubuyile umcimbi othandwa kakhulu wamakwaya iCape Malay eKapa okokuqala nqa ngemva kokubheduka kobhubhane lwesifo iCovid-19. Sakwemukela uma usanda kungena udabeni oluphambili besibike ukuthi kwemukelwe izingane engama550 olunye ifundazweni ezahlukene zakuleli osukwini lokuqala lonyaka omusha u2023 kephi iphathimandla zezempilo ikhathazekile ngezinga lokukhulela kwentsha. Mbukeli khumbula ukuthi lezi ndaba ikhona na ku YouTube, ngena kuyo uyicinga ngamagama athi SABC Izindaba. Lonyaka ophelile obunzima kakhulu ebantwini abaningi kulelizwe njengoba siphezulu isibalo sabantu abangasebenzi, ubhubhane lwesifo iCovid-19 kanye nohlelo lokucisha ngogesi. Ngapha intengo yopetrol imbeqolo, ukudla kuyabiza njalo. Amanye amaqembu ezombusazwe abancomileke abantu bakulelizwe ngokubekezela kwabo, athi ke lamaqembu azoyiqinisa imizamo yawo yokuthi uhulumeni aphendule ngokwenzekayo kulelizwe.
The task ahead requires that we foster unity both in action and in deeds. In 2023, we'll once more redouble our efforts to realize the noble promise of a better life for all.
So I ask that you use 2023 to picture this potential. Try to imagine what South Africa could look like if we were just able to change a number of critical things. If we were to reduce our high crime numbers, if we were to bring down the cost of food, if we were to direct all the resources and budget of the state towards delivering services.
So let's cross over into the new year with added commitment and resilience to defeat the historical enemies of our people, remove their puppets from power, and return the land and the wealth of Africa to Africans. A happy revolutionary 2023 to all progressive forces.
May this be a year where there is a closer cooperation amongst the law enforcement agencies to deal with lawlessness and corruption in South Africa, so that our economy can find its way back.
We hope and wish that President Ramaphosa must get and find a solution to this devastating load shedding.
Abantu abebhiyozela ukungena onyakeni omusha esifundazweni KwaZulu-Natal bathi banethemba lokuthi kulonyaka azovuleka amathuba emisebenzi.
Labo kade behambela izindawo zobumnandi bathi banethemba kulonyaka uzoba ngcono. Iningi liyavuma ukuthi unyaka odlule ulethe umzima kulesifundazwe. Okwenziwe kakhulu isikhukhula kanye nokulahlekelwa imisebenzi.
Eventing has been the hardest hit industry, or we feel the hardest hit industry during COVID. We've been at full shut doors for 2 years. This year has been a bit of a slow sort of gradually back into it. We're really excited to be back at full steam.
Izakhamuzi zaseMgungundlovu zithi kumele kubhekwe ezinye izindlela zokwakha amathuba omsebenzi.
Well, living on a farm was especially difficult, but I was fortunate enough to have a great support system, and we eventually powered through it, and we had so much support, and it was just great for us to be around such a great community.
Kusenjalo isihlwele zithokoziswe ngomculo wesihlabane zakuleli okubalwa kubo oKelly Khumalo kanye nabanye.
Epitoli eTimes Square nakhona bebebhiyozela ukungena onyakeni omusha u2023.
Izindimbane zabantu abazosithokozisa zitheleke eSunbet Arena eTimes Square ukuzongena enyakeni omusha nabaculi abanjengoPrince KB, uShikana, uDali Wonga kanye nabanye ukuzojabulisa izinkumbi zabantu enyakeni omusha.
The one thing I don't want to see in 2023 is load shedding. It has to come to an end.
So basically it's just to start over as a new person and focus on 2023.
The lesson that I've learned is that you should save money.
Osaziwayo bebekhona kwi-block party basho izifiso zabo kulonyaka ka2023.
Album is coming, a single is dropping on the beginning of February, so something will happen.
2023 is a new year. Enjoy it, write a new story, and do all the things you said you were going to do that you didn't do in 2022.
I-block party ayibanga khona iminyaka emibili ngenxa yokubheduka kwe-COVID-19.
The lockdowns were terrible for us, not only as a business but also as an industry. So for us to be able to have our New Year's Eve Times Square block party again was a massive privilege.
Abaningi banethemba lokuthi unyaka 2023 ngeke ufane no2022.
Umnyango wezempilo esifundazweni Northern Cape ungena onyakeni omusha ngokuthi wemukele laba abasanda ukuphothula izifundo zobudokotela.
Lesisebenzi zezempilo ezisezintsha kulendele zifaka isandla kulomkhakha. Kulesifundazwe bangaphezulu kwamaphesenti angama-70 abantu abasemisa isikhungo zezempilo zikahulumeni. Labo dokotela bathi bakulungela ukuqala umsebenzi.
I've always been passionate in theatre life. I've always been an impatient person. So I always thought, you know, helping people as efficiently and quickly as possible is the best way for me. So I've been placed at general surgery for this year. So my plan is to get as much exposure, experience, help the community, give back to the community.
I hear that there are no rages. It's not an academic institution. So I'm really quite curious as to what's going to take place. So that also kind of makes me anxious. But I look forward to it. I mean, yeah, I'm excited and I'm ready to take the challenge on.
Umnyango wezempilo esifundazweni uhle nezikhala zabantu abadinga ukuqashwa ezingamaphesenti 17.
It brings a huge relief because healthcare services is about hands. You need extra hands. It's not just about theory. You need the physical people to really help you. So it really brings some relief for the institution, but also it also enhances our work to speed up some of the backlogs we're having, whether it's on surgical work, which you must do through the theaters, whether through primary health care services or maybe at maternity. So the more hands we get at the health department, really, it's always a reliefment.
Laba funda lo msebenzi bangena eminyangweni onezinqinamba eziningi kubalwa kuzo isikweletu sika 1.3 billion amarandi wezinxephezelo kufanele zikhokhwe emacaleni okusebenza budedengu.
Abashayeli beimoto ezithwala iguli bahlale njalo beyimisela uma ngabe besemsebenzini bezama ukusindisa impilo yomuntu osuka isengozini kanti ngalesikhathi sonyaka ke laba basebenza kanzima njengoba ivamise ukuba ningi ingozi zomgwaqo kanti nabanye abantu bashayela bedle amanzi ampontshwana.
Imifanekiso efana nalena ijwayelekile ngalesikhathi sonyaka. Abezimo eziphuthumayo bathi kumele bahlale belungela ukuya lapho bebizwa khona kanti nezinsiza ezahlukene zokubhekana nokusindisa izimpilo zabantu bathi zimba eqolo.
We are having equipment inside of this rescue. The one that is having is share. We used to cut the vehicle with this share, and then we are also having a ram. A ram, it is whereby we used to protect the dashboard and lift it up so that we can remove the patient easily inside the vehicle.
Kwesinye isikhathi akubaphathi kahle ukuthi bangakwazi ukufinyelela kwezinye indawo ngenxa yokungabibikho kwenqalazinda efanele.
When we come to that place, we find out there is nobody there. So then we must call the control from our radios to tell them that there is no one here. Then they will call that person again. Even during the day or during the night, it's still the same.
Abazali bayanxuswa ukuthi bafundise izingane ukuthi zingasebenzisi ucingo lwezimo eziphuthumayo ngokungafanele.
My plea to the community is that they must take care of the kids because during this time the kids they are playing with the number 112 because it's free of charge and you'll find that there is somebody out there that is really in need of an ambulance.
Njengoba amaholide okuphela konyaka emaphakathi nje abezimo eziphuthumayo kumele bahlale beqaphile ukusindisa izimpilo zabantu ngoba izingozi zenzeka nsuku zonke. Kuzwakale umculo enkabeni yedolobha iKapa njengoba ikwaya iCape Malay ibingenisa abantu onyakeni omusha lo mcimbi ubanje okokuqala nqa selokhu kwabheduka ubhubhane lwesifo iCovid-19.
Amakhulu abantu abehlele emgwaqeni yedolobha laseKapa ukuze abone umbukiso sewaphenduka isiko kuleli dolobha. Bekukhona bebegqoke imisiko ehlotshiswe ngogesi, lamaqembu alethe umuzwa wokujabula nomdanso kuleli dolobha. Umphakathi walapha uthi bekufanele bebungaze ngendlela eveza umlando wawo.
This event is part of the bigger culture. It's one facet of this culture. And this is a commemoration for our people on the days of freedom that stems back to slavery. So this is another formal or more conservative aspect of that. So we celebrate every New Year's Eve. We bring in the new year, we bring the youngsters, we bring the bands, we parade all the way up to roast.
Abantu bendawo baphume ngobuningi babo oqala emva kokubheduka kobhubhane lwe-COVID-19.
I've been the mayor of Darling Street for the last 20 years on New Year's Eve. I'm also here on Tweede Nuwe Jaar with the Kaapse Klopse. Right, so this is part of, I can tell you, Cape Town, people came out in their numbers.
Lo mbukiso unqamula imigwaqo yaseKapa waya eBoer Cup ezansi kweSignal Hill.
Mbukela uphiko lweindaba ze-SABC luzokwethulela indaba zolimi lwebele izodlala amahora ngama-24 wonke. Kungokokuqala nqa ukuthi usakazelwe indaba zolimi lwakho lwebele kanye nakho konke okwenzeke eParliament ngolimi oluqondayo. Mbukela ikusasa indaba zeXhosa. Sikushiyana umfanekiso womcimbi wokungena onyakeni omusha wamakwaya eCape Malay. Umzukulu kaNomazinyane yena useyolala, wena usayilala.